Hello, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot reading for the week ahead whenever you're finding it. If you're watching along as I post because you're subscribed, this will be for the week of May 27th to June 2nd, 2024. So let's dive into it. We're going to get 6 cards, 2 rows of 3 from the Guiding Light Tarot. And your first card out is the Four of Swords in reverse. I am seeing a little bit of exhaustion here. Overcoming burnout. Virgo, this feels like many years of not really taking good care of yourself, not getting enough sleep. I don't know what it is with Virgos and not getting sleep. Every Virgo I know just doesn't sleep. And I feel like that's all finally starting to catch up on you. Okay, some stressors in relationships and life, rejections, things like that may be catching up on you a little bit this week, especially at the beginning of the week. So what I want to say to that is if you feel like just staying in and rotting in bed, rotting on your couch, give yourself that grace, give yourself that time, because sometimes when we go through so much like psychological stress, we don't realize that is also physical stress. Cortisol is cortisol, and our organs have to process those emotions. So if your body is saying, I am tired, I am exhausted, I am drained, I am stressed out, just taking however long you need to rest, and you're literally giving your organs a rest as well. Like you're allowing them to process all of this emotion and stress that is built up in your body, in your system. And if you're going to let yourself rot in bed or on the couch, I would recommend trying to eat healthier on those days, drinking a lot of water, veggies, things like that, because that's literally a resting time for your body, a detox time for your body. So it's days like those that I just like to drink water, herbal teas, salads, things that are really easily digestible. So that way I can give my body the rest that it's craving. I think I went through this problem myself literally last week, where I was in a very similar position where I just needed to rest. And someone left cake at my house. I had brownies, I had like frosting, I had all these sugary things, and I kept eating it. And that would like keep me perpetually stuck in this like rotting phase, because my body could never really catch up, having to process all of the toxins, added sugars, things like that I was eating, but also the emotional states, the stress that put me into that wanting to just rest in the first place. So my body wasn't able to catch up for like a whole week, and then because I was just sitting inside for a whole week, that caused more stress, and then it becomes a negative downward cycle. So what Spirit is saying is that this week, give yourself time to rest. All right, we have the Two of Cups. This is love. This is union, coming together, beautiful companionship, relationship energies here. For some of you, you have not been telling people about your dating life or the people that you've been meeting up with. You may have been keeping it a bit to yourself. And I'm seeing some happiness coming through there, So it feels very weird timing, though, to be honest. It feels like there's a lot going on in your personal life, and then out of nowhere, there is this new love that comes through. It feels new for a lot of you. Okay, dating, or even like an intense friendship. So I would say take things very slow here. Try to make the main focus getting your life together emotionally, but at the same time, I'm kind of torn, because I'm like, get yourself together emotionally, but at the same time, you shouldn't just be selfish either. You should put energy, time, commitment, companionship into all of your connections. You don't want anyone to feel like, they're on the back burner of your life, like they're the second option. So it's kind of a dilemma. And this may be a dilemma that you are thinking about yourself. You may be overthinking, because on one hand, you really want to prioritize the people in your life and not make them feel really negative, really bad, which, may have been a way that people from your past may have felt, but you want to like get your life together. It's like, how do I balance these two things? And you can. It's good to keep those two things balanced. Spending time to yourself to do the things that you need, but then on the flip side, you also need time to be out there socializing, connecting with friends, connecting with people on a deep, intimate level. Both can happen at the same time, and I think that's something you're realizing now. The wisdom that both are important and both can happen. All right, beautiful week for love and relationships. We have the Star. There's a lot of physical attraction you may be experiencing towards someone, romantic, sexual attraction. And also, I think you're getting more hope for your own goals and dreams. Some of you may have had a recent win or will be having a win in career, scoring like a new job, a really great job for you, which is amazing. And that brings you closer to doing something that you really can see yourself doing and wanting to do in life. Very beautiful. You're extremely attractive to people this week as well. I'm seeing secret admirers, people who are really, really into you. If you're dating at this time, people are really, really into you. Whoever you're dating, whoever you're seeing, they're extremely into you. It feels like there's a lot of chemistry. You're hitting it off, so that's really great. Second row of cards out, we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, see, this is the thing. I'm sitting here saying this, but there's like this energy lingering beneath the surface, and I feel like it's starting to come out now. It feels like there's a lot of things, issues that you may have had from your past that you need to process still, because they can come back up in future relationships. They're almost guaranteed to come back up in future relationships if you don't take the time to process your emotions. Old relationships, what happened there, and acknowledging where you might have went wrong, where they may have went wrong, and fully processing everything of that nature when it comes to your old relationships and with yourself, old like stressful events that have taken place in your life. You can't just keep on pushing. That's what I feel like you've been doing. You've been pushing and pushing and pushing. Okay, here's another stressful event, another oh my God, it reminds me of my friend the other day. They were complaining about something, and they were walking out of her house, and they were like, oh, well, this is just yet another thing to add to the old suicide list. And my neighbor was outside, and oh my God, it was really funny. He was joking, by the way. And I was reminded of that, though, because it's like just continuously pushing on, like, yep, yet another thing to be stressed about, but I'm going to keep going. And that's not really the best attitude to have, because these stressful events, they're going to come back in moments where you're finally alone, moments where you're finally like having a moment to yourself. And then that can become a sort of addictive pattern where you can start avoiding time to yourself and avoiding sitting by yourself and with these emotions that need to be processed. So make time for yourself is what I'm saying here. Okay, make time for yourself. Let yourself rot. Let yourself think about things and be in your feels, because that's how you heal. That's how you move forward, okay? And I feel like a lot of you have been neglecting the need for that in your own life, just constantly pushing forward, surrounding yourself with new people, new events, new experiences, and that's great for its own reasons, but, balance is the key. Balance is the key. Make sure things are balanced. Yeah, we have the Ten of Cups coming out right underneath that Two of Cups. Long-term emotional happiness. Some of y'all are getting into committed relationships at this time. Okay, it feels very fast-moving. And I'm not trying to plant negativity on here. This is a very positive reading. It just feels fast-moving. And I just hope that you're balancing all of this good energy with your own self-care. Is all I'm concerned about. So yeah, you may find yourself in a new relationship, new commitment at this time, which is beautiful, amazing. And even if you're already in a relationship, I feel like there's a lot of happiness going on there, spending beautiful time together. It feels like honeymoon energy. Okay, some of you may be taking a trip with your loved one. If you're single at this time, this is like the best week to date, honestly. And if you're not interested in romance, this is extreme amounts of happiness in your friendships, your family, whoever your group of people are. There's so much positive, loving experiences going on there. Again, I just feel slightly concerned. Not to say that the relationship itself is unhealthy. It feels very beautiful. It's just, I'm a little bit concerned that you have not fully processed some of the stressful things that have been going on in your life. And I honestly would recommend a little, like, if you're going to therapy, that's great. Time to yourself to really heal, grow, evolve, anything of that nature that can be a healing space for you, that can facilitate that change, will be great while you enjoy this love. Don't reject this love just because you aren't fully healed or you don't have that much to process. Like, no, accept the love that is entering your life at this time. Just don't use that love as a distraction from internal issues. That's the only thing I'm fearing here. And I don't think a lot of you have to really fear. The more lowly evolved Virgos this week, I feel like they're using love, romance, sex as a distraction from the pain of losing people, of stress. They're not really dealing with their emotions. They're just distracting themselves from those emotions. So that's sort of what I'm picking up on. But the more highly evolved Virgos, which I'm sure most of you are, this is beautiful soulmate love coming through that has a lot of long-term potential. This could even be someone, if it's romantic, who you're going to marry one day, you really see a future with. And you're just being asked to take care of yourself while in this honeymoon phase of a friendship or romance, because sometimes we can lose ourselves in it and we start neglecting the basic things like, working out, eating healthy, being productive, because we're deep in these feels. And that's beautiful in itself, but Spirit's just giving you a light reminder, like, just keep taking care of yourself here. Don't go neglecting your personal relationship with self, because your love life is absolutely beautiful this week. And your friendships are absolutely beautiful as well. You're very blessed in terms of emotional connections in your life. But just keep the balance. Final card out, 2 cards actually came out for you. We have Judgment and the High Priestess in reverse. Yeah. So again, the more lowly evolved Virgos during this time, this week is a time for them to really judge what happened in the past. And I feel like the more lowly evolved Virgos, they are sort of going to keep brushing their own issues under the rug at this time, ignoring them, which is really bad, And the more highly evolved Virgos this week are going to take some time to recognize how time has been passing, what's been going on, and giving themselves more time to be in their divine feminine, in their high priestess nature, which is just not having to do anything, not keeping yourself super distracted, sitting with your feelings, enjoying the process. Even those feelings that are good feelings, like just giving yourself time and space to meditate on the love that you're feeling right now, the changes that have taken place, some of the stressors that have been taking place. The highly evolved Virgos this week will be taking that time to just feel and sit with your emotions, okay? I am worried that the more lowly evolved Virgos this week may fall into patterns of lying and using other people as a distraction from what they need to heal within themselves, and in a way lying to themselves about their own feelings and ignoring them, choosing to ignore them. And that can cause a lot of issues further down the line, which I'm quite afraid of for the more lowly evolved Virgos. But I think we talked about this in previous readings where I was getting 2 distinctly separate groups of Virgos for the next, like the summer coming up, the next several months. Those who choose a path of being honest and having integrity and balancing all of their needs the best they can, time to themselves, time with friends, etc. You're going to see so many positive blessings in the next couple of months. Like, I'm seeing like new jobs, job success, career success. And I'm also seeing love. And aren't those like the 2 areas of life that like people want the most? So it's really beautiful if you choose to evolve and be balanced. And I can guarantee you that like almost all of you watching fall into that category. But if there are any cross watchers watching here today and you're dealing with someone who may be a little bit more difficult to deal with when it comes to you, I feel like, yeah, they may be distracting I don't know why. I feel like there's a lot of cross watchers here today for this video, watching for like an ex or something who's a Virgo. And to that, I want to say that this ex, this person that you're cross watching for, they're not sitting with their emotions. They're not sitting with their feelings. They are using love, dating, etc., as a distraction from what they should be evolving from. Okay. Or, I mean, they could fall into the more highly evolved category as well. Let's hope. But yeah, crazy week. The readings for Virgo have been really crazy, honestly. But I think there's new happiness coming in regardless of where you fall. Happiness, feeling in love, being in that honeymoon energy with whoever, it's a great week for love, so enjoy it. Thank you guys for joining me. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and spiritual life coaching sessions there, so check it out. Bye-bye.